What is up, people YouTube? It is I, Super Mariozilla, or you can call me Vinny, and today we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Resurrection F Frieza. Frieza first appeared in Dragon Ball Z and is still one of, if not the most popular villain of Dragon Ball, but this version is when he got resurrected in Dragon Ball Super. This figure was first revealed at New York Comic Con and people were pretty excited for this figure. Is he a good one? Let's get started. This figure is not a complete repaint. In fact, the face actually has some more details. Well, more like the details are more updated. Speaking of which, the head sculpt is fantastic, and this figure does a better job at capturing Frieza's cocky, evil look. The eyes are cleanly painted, which is surprising. The purple they used is a gorgeous metallic purple, and it really makes the figure pop. The body is just white, but we actually do have some shading here. We have turquoise-like shading, and it looks absolutely beautiful. The chest plate is a nice sculpt, no complaints there. The body is a thin, muscular sculpt, and they nailed it. The purple on the shoulders, I gotta be honest, does not have the best line work. And I don't think the coat of purple was thick enough. The arms do have a thin, muscular sculpt, and again, it looks great. The purple on the forearms are not exactly cleanly painted, so that kinda sucks. The legs have a muscular sculpt, and the turquoise shading continues here. The shading really helps the figure pop. But one issue is that not all the shading is applied consistently, so that's an issue. The purple on the shins are painted decently. Not great, but not awful either. And he has 3 toes, but we do have paint missing on the sculpted indents of the toes, so that kinda sucks. The tail is a long, wavy-like sculpt, and it looks great here, and some of the shading is used here. Frieza's paint job is certainly not perfect. I can definitely see some collectors be bothered by that. Not awful, but not great either. Other than that, the rest of the paint job and sculpt is pretty nice. Frieza may be a small dude, but he is still packing plenty of articulation and is plenty posable. Let's go over it. Head is on a ball hinge, and the neck is on a ball joint, so his head can move this far down. He can look this far up, which is not very far up at all. Actually, no, actually a lie. That actually does look up pretty good. Head can move side to side. We also got pivot. Top part of your torso is on a ball joint. This purple chest plate over here is also on a ball joint. The waist down here is also on a ball joint, so he could crunch forward about this far, which is pretty good. And he could crunch back about this far, which is, again, that's good. We have ball joints at the shoulders, and also they're on a hinge, so they can rotate. Hinge up about this far, which is awesome. Biceps on a swivel. Double hinged elbows, which is way more than 90 degrees, so that's good. Hands on the ball hinge. Legs have the classic pull-down Figuarts style joint, so you could get even more range. So Frieza can kick up about this high, but it does come off at an angle. But you can work your way around that, so it's not horrible. They can move back about this far, which is not very far at all. It also acts as a thigh swivel, at least slightly. Knees are double hinged. Swivel hinged for the feet, so they can hinge up and down, and their ankle rocker is pretty much phenomenal, so nothing to worry about in that regard. Tail is on a swivel hinge, and it also pops out easily, so we can hinge right here and swivel at the base. So while Frieza's tail is not exactly posable like an S.H. Monstrarts, it doesn't have to be, because, I mean, look at the size of it. Unfortunately, though, this Frieza does suffer the same problem as the other Frieza, and that the tail makes him back heavy. So you have to get a bit creative with the posing if you want Frieza to stand on his own without a Tamashii stage. It's possible, but sometimes it can be plenty frustrating. But if you're like me, who has posed figures for a long time, you can get cool stuff like this. So Frieza's articulation is pretty good, and it gets a pass. To the top of Frieza's head, he's just about 4.5 inches tall. Here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Awakened Warrior Goku and Piccolo. Here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Vegeta and Perfect Cell. Here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Android 17 and 18. Here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Tien Shinhan and Yamcha. And finally, here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Beerus and Whis. Frieza is small and sizes pretty good with the other Dragon Ball figures. Perfect? Not quite, but still good enough. Speaking of comparisons, here he is compared with the original S.H.Figuarts Frieza. The differences are night and day with these two. The original version arguably has the better shading, but in ways I actually do like the Resurrection version a lot more than the original. Frieza doesn't disappoint with the accessories. He comes with everything he needs, but the rock accessory is missing for the original Frieza, so I can definitely see people bothered by that. But I think they did that because, well, they wanted to get sales on the Tamashii rocks. That's kind of a shady move if you ask me. First is his neutral head, which was on him in a package. Next is the looking down surprised angry head. And a yelling head. Pretty cool. Frieza comes with a halo because it's super he was dead during the Tournament of Power. It goes on the peggle of the neutral head like so. And now he is dead. One thing that's extremely disappointing is that the halo can only be used on the default head, which makes absolutely no goddamn sense. What kind of BS is that? For the hands, he comes with 2 fist hands that were on him in a package, 2 calm relaxed hands, 2 splayed out open hands, 1 sort of pointing hand for the death ball, and finally a pointing hand for the death beam accessory. Frieza comes with flat standing feet that were on him in a package, and 2 clawed-like feet for flying. Frieza also comes with crossed arms, which look pretty cool, and are much easier to interchange than the original. Just pop off the arms at the biceps, and pop the crossed arms on. If you're having a hard time, don't be afraid to use heat. Next is his alternate tail, which is much longer and has a different sculpt. You can use his tail to choke out other characters, like Goku, for example. Or pop off the end of the tail to make it look like Frieza's tail got cut off. Awesome. Frieza also comes with a Tamashii Stage Act 4 base and arm clip for flying poses and or for the death beam. We get a death ball accessory, which is a very awesome translucent pink. The sculpt is well done and it looks powerful. To use, you have to pop off any of the pointing hands and put the clip around the wrist and pop the hand back on. And now Frieza can use his death ball. Last but certainly not least, his death beam. The death beam looks really good and uses the same pink as the death ball. Pretty cool. To use, pop the beam on the Act 4 arm and line it up to Frieza's finger, and there you go. He can now use the death beam. Accessories are pretty good for Frieza, and like Goku Black, he comes with enough to warrant the price tag. If you get Frieza, you'll have a blast with the accessories. If you don't mind losing the rock. So, buy, don't buy, or wait for a sale. Frieza looks awesome, but the paint issues may bother some collectors, and this figure's tail still makes him back heavy, which is unfortunate. So if you're not good with balance, you'll hate that. But the positives on this figure do outweigh the negatives. There's a lot more good than bad here. Unfortunately, if you want this figure now, you'll have to pay the aftermarket. Try not to pay $120, because that's just ridiculous, even for Frieza. Find them to as close to MSRP as possible. If you do spend a bit more, lower your expectations, and you'll love this figure. I'll give Frieza an 8.5 out of 10. Well, that's it. Thanks guys and gals so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you would like to be updated on when new videos goes up, be sure to subscribe. If you want to be notified when new videos go live, be sure to hit that bell icon. And if you want some behind the scenes stuff, be sure to follow me on Instagram. Link to it is down below. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.